Have you heard a great big pile of leaves? Hello everybody, welcome to the very first installment of Have You Heard? In this series, we'll take a look at some musical artists that are largely overlooked or underrated for one reason or another. We'll also be exploring some downright terrible artists who are not highly regarded for their work. This week, we'll be looking at a band called A Great Big Pile of Leaves. Right off the bat, doing research for A Great Big Pile of Leaves made me do extra research when I discovered these guys are considered indie and emo revival. Seriously, first episode and I already have to do extra work? Anyways, I delved further down the Wikipedia rabbit hole, and supposedly emo revival is characterized as emotional hardcore. What even is that? Is the song so emotional that it becomes a hardcore or Judas Priest song? I'd like everyone to just imagine Painkiller, but replace the lyrics with Weird Al's parody of Confessions by Usher. The Pile of Leaves originated in New York beginning in 2007. They released a couple EPs between then and 2009, when they released their first full-length album entitled Have You Seen My Prefrontal Cortex?, followed by 2 more EPs. The band found much more success with their second full-length studio album in 2013 titled You're Always on My Mind, which is the album we'll be taking a more in-depth look at. The nice thing about reviewing artists that most people are unfamiliar with is that my personal opinions are, for the most part, unchallenged, although it's difficult to keep a conversation with someone who has no idea what you're talking about. To me, personally, You're Always on My Mind is superior to Have You Seen My Prefrontal Cortex. And no, the reason is not because the title is slightly shorter, albeit both titles are related to brains. The simple explanation is that You're Always on My Mind is much more upbeat and enjoyable than My Prefrontal Cortex. The songs are catchier, the vocal melodies are livelier, and all the songs just have a distinct sound that says, this is a great big pile of leaves. I just wish all these titles weren't so painfully long to say. Actually, now that I think about it, I suppose Have You Seen My Prefrontal Cortex has those elements of emo revival, which put me more off to the album. The songs on My Prefrontal Cortex are much more broodier and aren't as lighthearted. Whereas one album has a song about vampire love, the other has a song about needing a snack late at night. I'll let you decide which is which. Other songs on You're Always on My Mind, for example, have themes of a mouse that lives in an apartment that someone just moved into, or simply a song that just asks, where did the summer go? Which is a question many of us ask far too often. My biggest complaint with the album is that, for one thing, it's relatively short, only about 30 minutes, which for some bands is around the length of an EP. I also found that some of the songs, while they are catchy and listenable, started to sound a little similar near the end of the album when I wasn't paying attention as much. However, if you want a light and enjoyable album to listen to, this is definitely a recommended album and a recommended band. Like me, you may find You're Always on My Mind more listenable than the other albums, or you might like the others better. As I said, it's just my personal opinion, so take it as you will. A Great Big Pile of Leaves is certainly a band you must take a listen to. Thank you for watching, and tune in next time.